Bless and love, my lords. Welcome to another Red Lion Live Spaces where we meet the artists. We have, of course, together as every week, our curator, OMZ. How are you doing, sir?
I'm great. I'm great. Thanks for having me on.
Very nice to hear you. I'm back from Lisbon, so for me it has been a full week, maybe more than a week. And this week we have Gora and their beautiful art. Welcome. How are you doing?
Hello, friends. Do you hear me?
Yeah. Very nice to meet you, man.
Nice. I'm fine. I'm just a little nervous because it's my first space in English.
You will do fantastic, man. As I said, we love the Brazilian accent so much.
Nice. Thanks for
Oh,
inviting me.
very nice to have you. All right, OMZ, if you want to jump in and let's get this thing going.
Sounds good. Hey, Andre, how are you doing?
I'm fine, man. Thank you. How are you today?
I'm good, man. Wanted to kick it off first. Just tell us a bit, introduce yourself to everyone. Tell us a bit about yourself, your story, especially like your art, how it started, how you got here. We'd love to hear
Nice.
it.
I always liked to drill since I was child, but it was most copies and observation drawings, but it's something I like very much since I was a kid. And I think with 15 years old, I started to develop my universe, my characters, and become more interested in work with that professionally, right? Uh, I live in Cuiabá. It's a city in the center of Brazil. It's a very hot city.
Mm-hmm.
And has a lot of nature near and waterfalls.
Is
And
it landlocked? How you said it's called?
Cuiabá.
Cuiabá. Okay, I'm looking it up.
Yes, the state is Mato Grosso. So I grew up with all this nature. It's like 50 kilometers of our city. We have Chapada dos Guimarães. It's a place, it's like a district, a place with magical energy and so much nature and waterfalls.
I just looked up Cuiabá. It's in the center of Brazil.
Yes.
Wow, I didn't know.
Part of city from the beach.
Yes. How is it there? How is life there?
Oh, it's a nice city. I like the people here. It's a very warm people, but we don't have so much space for art, to live with art. It's a little difficult to sell prints and our canvas.
Mm-hmm. There is no art market.
Yeah, there's no art market. I started working professionally with art in my college. I studied advertising. And I worked in advertising agents, I think 1 year, and then I was like, no, I don't have to do this anymore. I don't like this.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to make my art.
Mm-hmm. This is when you found NFTs?
No, this is way before.
Way before.
2013, I think.
Like 10 years ago.
Yes.
Oh man, the summer of 2013 was crazy for me. I still remember it.
I had a band in this time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a musician too. And
what was the name of your band?
It was Monochromatas.
Monochromatas.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
had a band for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
The
And what's
first
your
band,
instrument?
I was a guitarist and vocalist.
We have to look up your music as well.
Yeah, the music it's on Spotify. You can hear my younger self and rocker.
And it's
You
cool,
still
Andre, right? He actually read like what's cool about Andre is he actually incorporates music into his art, and he
and he
produces his
makes
own
the
music.
music?
Yeah, it's cool.
Oh wow. And what style of music do you like? Is it like Brazilian music, bossa nova, or something like that?
No, I like very much these styles, but I'm enjoying chiptune
Mm-hmm.
too much this time, and I'm working with that with synthesizers. I just love so much synthesizers. It's a very good hobby.
So when you go
Very
out in
fun.
Brazil to party, to what music do you go to?
Oh, I like to hear Brazilian indie, hippie hoppy, bossa nova, this kind of music. But I like it. I hear most national music, right? Brazilian music.
Samba as well, right?
Yes.
Of course.
So I don't remember what I was talking now.
Oh, don't worry. Let's continue with. You said it was 2013, and you said you don't want to work in advertisement anymore, yeah? And
Yes,
what
it is.
happened 2013 until let's say 2020?
I started to figure out how to work with only my art, and I started to make exhibitions, to sell prints. In all these years, I come through many ways to sell my art. You know, I know many of you know what I'm talking about. I make t-shirts, prints, pins, flags. I work with graffiti too. I think that the graffiti is the job that people pay me more. So I focus on graffiti for a
So how
time.
how were you making money out of graffiti? Because graffiti usually you put money into it.
Yeah, I'm mostly doing inside murals for houses and restaurants, these kind of places.
Oh wow, that's nice.
And 2 years ago, I think in a few weeks, I completed 2 years in the space, NFT space. A friend of mine came to me and say, "Hey Gora, look at this NFT thing. You will be crazy." He's not an artist, but he's a very artistic person and a very good friend of mine. And he gave me 1 Tesos to start my journey. And I remember the first day I minted my art, I was like, "What's this? What the fuck is this thing, NFTs?" And I follow his steps to mint my art, and I didn't know the we have to show it on Twitter. I don't even have Twitter at this time, and I sold I sold 4 pieces in the first day, and it was like, "Whoa, that's awesome! That's unbelievable! What I'm doing, making money on the internet, is like my dream life."
Yeah, it
And
changed a lot of people's lives, man. And this is why we have those spaces to hear all your stories, how NFTs changed your lives and how they made life better in some cases.
sure, as I said, here is too difficult to live only with art. And NFTs was such a good opportunity for us to live, and we can invest in ourselves now, buy some equipment. It's definitely a better
It's
way to work
liberating.
with
Yeah.
our art. And I started with my girlfriend in the NFTs, Amanda Omen. And it was very nice because when we started, it's just our two working with this in entire city. And we have no one to speak about the market, what we do, and we talked so much in the first month with what we can do to sell our art in NFTs and work with this. And now we live it together 2 years, working only with 90% with NFTs. It's our job right now. Almost nothing in Web 2.
I mean, that's amazing, Andre. It's really cool to hear how you came into the space and stuff. And you have a very distinct style. I mean, I know it's evolved since you came into the space. Like I think your PFP is from one of your works, right?
Yeah, exactly. I work from a collection. It's not launched yet, but it's from Arcana Title Underground. I make a card for them.
That's very cool. I mean, you want to talk us through a bit your approach to art, how you started off? I know you started off
Sure.
more animation, and then you more like you changed a little bit, you evolved.
My reference since I was a child is so much things from my mother. We frequent African religion called Umbanda since I was a child, and my references come with these protectors and sentinels, energy guidance people. They are like my characters. I made a version of these protectors. I'm very into these mystical things of energy and protection. And I started to create a universe of mine with these characters, these sentinels or sentries, and thinking the word of them. They have an alphabet too. I create an alphabet for my universe. It's like a code. My first works on Foundation, they have like a link. History I didn't finish yet, but it's like they are a part of a universe of these sentinels and these mystic beings. And when I started NFTs, I started to know so much good artists and people making animation, and I always wanted to do animation, but don't know. I think I was a little lazy before. And I started working, I invested in iPad, started work with animations, and I love it so much, to drawing frame by frame. I love the results. And the possibility of mix my music with my animations is like mind-blowing to me. It's awesome. I'm actually working on a new animation, a short movie. It has 40 seconds now. I will get to 1 minute to make me happy. And yeah, it's a very fun process to work with this. I'm enjoying a lot. I'm taking a few weeks to improve my line work. As you say, my style became a little different in these last works. It's because I take this time to improve. I was not very happy with my strokes, and I focus on my illustration first. And now I'm focusing on past this new stroke I'm studying to my animations, and it's very nice. I'm loving to work with it.
Like, maybe we can talk about a specific work. For example, Ape's Planet that you have on Super Air. You know, when I came across this, it really stood out because it's a very unique style, and the illustration style, the colors, you know, it's very eye-catching, and then also the ideas in this case I think are quite cool, especially because they're relevant to this space. You know, so maybe you could talk us through, you know, how you created this piece and the kind of wavy style of your illustrations and how it all came together.
Yeah, we all are thinking too much in the space all day, right? We are here all day working with our friends, and it became a part of my life. So I think it would be cool make a drawing of these many tabs we have in our computer. It's all day open, and some reference of the space, the monkey. It has a little pep hiding, and the computer, the burn with the matches. And I started with working with these colors. I wanted to look like more high contrasted my colors. And I'm working with a reduced palette too. And I'm trying to make these last works in the same palette to study what I can do with this palette. I know soon I'll be changing my palette because I love to experiment with colors and all these combinations. But I'm enjoying this palette I'm working right now. And I was trying to make my drawings look more wavy, but with still bold lines and block shadows. It's the kind of thing. It's a. I don't know how I say it. It's eye candy for me now.
That's cool. Were you inspired by other artists or other work you've seen, or is this a style that you came up on your own?
Oh, the colors certainly inspired by Aris. You know, Aris is a graffiti artist. It's always a inspiration to me. I love his work, his murals, his paintings.
The Barcelona-based artist.
Yes.
Yes, I know him. He's incredible.
Nice. Yes, it's awesome. And for the animations, I'm taking reference from Haman Jafari. It's a really good illustrator and animator. I love his work so much. Me and Amanda, we watched his animations many times to study the movements and how he makes things because it's a really awesome work. But I'm trying always to take reference, but working with I want, transforming this in my way of thinking, in what I need to express. I think it's this.
And I know you're working on a new piece, right? It's animated in this style, but it's quite a long animation.
Yes.
You want to talk more about that? And also, I'd love to hear about like how you produce the music that you put together with your animations as well, because I know that's something you're very proud of.
Nice. This animation I'm work with scenes. It's not a continuous animation. It has cuts, and I working with some cinematographic scenes like details with hands and a clock and this kind of daily life things. I want to mix something more mystical too. And I don't know yet about the sound design. I'm working on it, but for now, each scene has one track, a little part of the track, and it's different ambientations. But I'm thinking a continuous track too, to see this if it works. And my last animation was 40 seconds. My gen is on super hair, and now I will get more longer animation to satisfy myself. Every time I try to do longer animations. And this week I'm not working on other. Soon I will go back to this animation. In the process of the music, I have some synthesizers. I play guitar, and I like to experiment. I love how the scenes connect with each other, and it's like a mountain Lego, these many cables and kind of things. I love this. And I have a keyboard, a guitar, and other scenes, a sampler, and I use all these to do my music. I'm like in chiptune, as I said. I have a chiptune synth. I'm PO Arcade. I make my animation of Super Hair. The track is made with this little synth. It's like a little calculator. It's a very nice synth. And recently I got a MIDI controller to control my synths, and became more interesting how I connect it then and mix the sounds. I'm really like to experiment many kind of sounds and samplers, but my style of music, I think, is very melodic. I don't work much with more rude sounds and don't know, like industrial style, but I'm trying to make some things like that to get out of my comfort zone. And I'm liking too how this sounds works in my scenes, and I mix all of them in this new animation.
That's cool, man. And I mean, I'm curious how you see, like, what you see as your vision for your future. Do you see yourself, committed to this space, staying here, in the crypto art space? How do you see things evolving for you?
This space was very nice to me since the start. Everybody has difficult times, but mostly I'm doing a lot better than I was working with an artist in Web 2. And I think I was committed to the space since day one. Never leave this space. And it's so great to know artists, very good artists, and doing collabs. I make many collabs with artists in this space. It's always very nice to work with them and meet new people. Talking in the spaces with you, because it's awesome. It's my first time talking English. I think it's very good to know more people and get off of my comfort zone. And yes, will continue in this space, working and growing with my friends and community.
Are you coming to Lisbon?
Oh, I hope so.
Oh, fantastic.
It seems a very nice place.
Yeah, I
Me and
was just
Amanda,
there. I was just there
we
looking
would
for a
like
spot.
to visit.
Yeah, you should come. You also speak the language. You will be right at home.
Yes.
There is a strong
Much more
connection
easy.
between Brazil and Lisboa. There's so many Brazilian people there.
All right, I have some friends who lives in Lisboa.
Now you see.
A
But
bunch
yeah,
of
you should
friends.
come. It's going to be so cool. It's going to be so cool. I was just there, spent a week trying to find the venue for us. I don't know. We are probably going to do something in the park. Maybe it's better than the venue. We will see.
We enjoy parks.
Yeah, the park that the event is happening is really nice. OMZ, are you coming?
90%. I'm gonna
Oh, oh,
That's nice.
nice. We're gonna have so much fun. Okay, so we need maybe we need to put the party one day and then continue the rest of the days without the venue on the park.
Nice. No, that'd be great. I mean, you enjoyed it when you went just now?
Yeah, it was great, man. I had a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the city. I had more fun than I did work. But yeah, it was great.
That's cool. Yeah, it's a great place. So Andre, one thing we noticed, I mean, as we kind of curated this series, like the amount of talented Brazilian artists there are in the space, it's incredible. I feel like there must be something in the water over there that you guys drink because it's crazy, really. And I was curious, like, how much of a community is it? How connected are you to other Brazilian artists? Has that helped you, as you kind of found your place here in this space?
Oh, it was amazing. It is amazing to have this such great community. We talk with each other, we taking tips, we talk with how market is going, what's happening. It's easy because we talk the same language and most of us are struggling to talk in English every day. And it becomes easier to get information with this community, right? And
Yeah, you guys have developed a very strong, very cozy community. It feels feels very belonging. You guys find each other there.
Yeah, we love each other. It's so nice. It's funny because we actually know in real life just one friend of us. It's Numa. You know Numa?
No.
No.
It's a really good artist. She works mostly on Solana now. And we visit her in January. And it was very nice to meet one of our friends, NFT friends. And we, the most of events and this thing, cultural things, in the cultural centers like São Paulo, Rio de Janeiro, it's a little far from us. So we don't know our friends, internet friends, but soon we gonna take a travel to São Paulo to meet all of them, make a big reunion.
Oh, nice. And kudos to OMZ for finding all this amazing talent and this little tiny amazing community of Brazilian artists. And I wouldn't say tiny, maybe bad word, but like super nice and beautiful art, man. A plethora of talent, and like the art styles are unique and amazing.
Yeah, I mean, we'd almost be able to fill up the whole year, I think, like 52 weeks with some of the artists.
Yeah, it must be really hard to only choose 7, right?
I mean, you've got such a wide range. People like Etienne Kraus, Omente Jovem, and Fescue, who are obviously much more, more established and have kind of already built a name in the space. And then you have like so many that are very, very, very like talented artists, but maybe haven't been heard about yet or haven't emerged yet, and it's crazy. And then I've also asked the artists who they would recommend, and then they give me like another list of 20 names that I haven't heard of. So it's like it's never ending. It's crazy, but
most of the artists that we have featured already, when I scroll their feed, it's like you find like 20 new artists that you didn't know about, and they are amazing. So yeah, I really love
we
that.
are in retweet mode all day.
Yes. Whoever is Brazilian puts the tweet inside the Brazilian chat, and then boom, 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 right?
Yeah.
That's why they say artists are the alpha, man. Like you want to find good art, follow the artists. Don't follow the collectors.
Sure.
100%.
So yeah, I mean, Andre would. I guess it's always hard. I always like to ask this question because it makes artists squirm a little bit. But I know it's not an easy question to answer, which is like, what is your favorite piece so far that you've created?
My favorite piece, I think for now, it's my Super Hair Genesis, because I always wanted to do a little longer animation, and with mixing my music too, and it was my first experience, and it became a very special animation for me, very sentimental. Mantra Mirage. I love this animation so much.
That's great. No, that's great, man. I mean, you can tell how passionate you are about it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I told you when we spoke before, I really like the kind of figurative illustration style that you do, like Saturn devouring his son. The other, the third piece you minted on Super, but even your profile pic right now, I think it just looks really cool. Actually, I like the colors and the way you've done the eyes and on the kind of black background. It's very cool.
Nice. Thanks so much, friend. These last drawings, my characters, sentinels, are still there, but they are a little more mysterious now. They appear only hands and eyes, but they're still there.
That's cool. No, it's very cool. So I guess now, like that, you've kind of more established in the space. You know, you're already on Super Rare Foundation, all these places. Like, what advice would you give someone starting out today?
I would advise to connect with artists who works with things that resonate with you, and stylists who resonate, and help grow the community at the works, get to know the collectors, the artists, take part of it, always browsing what is new, what is happening in the market. I think it's most of that things, most of connecting with people and share what you feel.
And how have you found, like, you know, because obviously one of the things that's kind of unique about the space is like how important or influential your, you know, Twitter can be in terms of your engagement and reaching collectors and things like that. Like, how have you found that from your experience?
I think it was very important. I don't use Twitter very much before NFTs, and it became a very important tool to show my work and connect with people. And sincerely, I don't know another platform right now, another social media platform to work with this. I know we are trying to change the space a little to Tumblr or Blue Sky, but I think Twitter still is the most important tool to NFT artists and connect with collectors.
Yeah, it is. It's very true. Yeah, is there anything else you want to share? I can't think of any other questions. I think it's been cool to hear about your process, how passionate you are about your art, how you incorporate music into your work. I think that's all very cool, and it's very exciting to see how you're going to continue to evolve. You know, I always find it very like commendable and impressive when an artist evolves their style and they don't stick to one style and they try different things. I always think that's really brave, and it's very cool to see, you know. So it's been fun hearing, you know, your perspective on these things. But is there anything else you want to add?
I wanted to say thank you to everyone listening. I see some familiar names in the audience. Pindar, Abolisher, God Save the Goat, Ali Farouk. Very, very nice to see you guys. And our friends, the Skulls. If anybody wants to jump in the conversation, just raise your hand and we'll pass on the mic. If you guys want to discover amazing talent, make sure to check out Filtered Art, OMZ's project about discovering artists and talent. And of course, the Gazette. Check it out. And if you want to get an artwork by Gora, it's this week's Gazette. So let's pass the mic to You Don't Know Who We Are. Hey man, how's it going?
Hey everyone, nice to meet you all, and it's very nice to be here.
Nice to meet you, man.
And
where are you from? You are Brazilian too, right?
Yeah, I am Brazilian, and we are a project from Brazil too. And we know Gora not in real life, but in the Web3. And
It will be soon. It will be soon, friend.
yeah, we have to meet. We're trying to meet soon, and I don't know. I just want to talk that I love his artwork, and I like very much how his work is spiritually, and I don't know. I love him as a person too, and he always helped me to start on foundation and meet on he owns my contract, so it's very nice. And I don't know. This is funny because we never talk in audio. This is the first time is in it's
Oh wow!
English.
Oh, it's true. It's true.
That's crazy, man. You see
I
how
love
people
you
can
too.
connect in Web3 and have connection for a long time, and first time they talk. Are you coming to
Yeah.
Lisbon, or where are you meeting in Brazil with Gora?
Probably here in our city.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
we're nomads, so we travel a lot through Brazil, and we already been in Cuiabá, but we didn't knew Gora or Amanda, so we are very anxious to meet them in the real life. And I don't know, I think this is a good place, and I love Brazilian artist community and Web3.
But where are you from Brazil? I have the map in front of me.
Yeah, of course. We are like a collective, and we are here now in the interior of São Paulo, and
Sao Paulo.
I
Okay.
was born here, but my partner is from Mato Grosso do Sul.
Okay. Yeah.
That's kind of close, but not close enough.
That is the same state as Cuiabá.
No, it's a different space.
No, not the same state.
It used to be,
No?
but not anymore.
Okay. It's the south part.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. It's right below. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
Maybe they should combine it again and make it like the mega state of Mato Grosso.
yeah, of course. And I don't know. I just want to say that it's nice to have this community and appreciate God artworks and friendship, and it's very nice to hear him on that space, and that's it.
Oh, my friend, we love you too. I hope we meet each other soon.
Yes, for sure. That's fantastic, man. Thanks for coming up.
I actually know Aldivo from You Don't Know Who You Are. Both of them, Aldivo. Before NFTs, because I found the art on Instagram, and I was like, "Whoa, this is amazing!" They made very incredible masks, and I bought one mask of them before NFTs, and it's awesome to have this work with me. I love collecting art in real life too.
Yeah, and it was like some months before we enter in the space, and after that we we discover you on the NFT, and it was very nice. I really appreciate for collect our work. It's very nice.
Okay, we have one more warrior jumping in. God save the goat. How's it going, my dude?
Hey, Red. I'm fine, man. Thanks for letting me speak. Hey, Gora, I have a question for you. Earlier, you were saying you had like good times and bad times in the space in general, and I know you are not the only artist here. We have Dudley, Amal, and others. I have a question for all of you. Like, how do you guys deal with your bad times in the space? Like when you're going through that moment where you feel like things are not going your way, what do you do? Where do you find the inspiration from?
Oh, I think I don't understand well the question. Can you repeat, please?
Okay, so I know things don't really go smooth all the time in the crypto space for you guys, right? Like you guys are like
Yes.
always creating art and all that, right? What do you do during those times when things are not going so well for you guys in the space? Like, what do you do? Where do you find inspiration? What keeps you going? Do you give up? Do you find inspiration from somewhere else, from someone, or you just keep, creating art?
Oh, yes. Uh, we are always making art. I make art for many years, and I think the inspiration is all around us. Like the place we live, the environment, the things it happen with us in our daily life. Think all of these things works for inspiration, and music we hear, it's all in there. you know I think we just to have to sit and start working in something, make lines. I really like to start a drawing with no sketches, like the Love and Furry drawing on foundation. I started with intuitive strokes and lines, and I was fighting forms and transforming what I'm seeing until I get a result I was happy with it. So in the difficult times we never stop. We can stop. This is what we do for life, what we like to do for living. And I think we have to continue even in the difficult times, because I know in the future the things will be better.
Totally. And I don't know why I just want to say too, because in Brazil, things are always hard. So we're used to hard times. I don't know. I think this is our inspiration as Brazilians,
Everything is harder, right?
right?
Yes, we don't stop never.
But I like the positivity, man, and I like Brazilian people always have a smile on their face, and it's really nice to see how some people face adversity and it can take them down, but some people are just like powering through. But yeah, thanks for coming up. God save the goat, and you don't know who we are. Thanks, guys, for your questions. I don't know, OMZ, if you have something else before we close.
No, just want to say, Andre, I know you might have been nervous at the beginning, but I think you did a great job. You really explained everything very well.
Oh,
And,
thank you, my friend. I think it's great too.
So now you can do many
So
more
nice to
spaces,
know.
hopefully, in the future.
Nice. Thank you so much for inviting me. It's great to be here with you guys.
Excellent. And yeah, nice confidence boost for future interviews. And for sure, we will meet you in Lisbon. We will say something to all the artists from the Samba collection, because a lot of them are joining the event. And yeah, I just came back. So during this week, we will put all the details together, and yeah, we will try to to arrange something. So for sure, we will meet you at Parque Eduardo. All right. So I think that's it for this week, guys. Thanks everyone for showing up. Make sure to check out Filtered Art if you want to discover some amazing artists in the space super early, like OMZ finds them. And also, if you want an amazing art drop by Gora and a beautiful, beautiful cover art magazine. Check out the Gazette this week. Not a lot of editions went out, but gas has been really, really high. So make sure to choose your times wisely. Thanks everyone for listening and staying with us. And thanks OMZ for curating and Gora for this amazing art. And we'll see you guys very, very soon. Take good care. Bye bye.
Bye, friends. See you soon.
Bye, everyone.